With Leader here, we should be able to stack that Golden Nekkar again. And then we'll draw it round 3 along with Erendite. Ideally, in that round 3 will be really good. Okay, those aren't the cards we really want, but let's see here. We've got the deck stacked. We've got our Snowdrop Leader going. Golden Nekkar number 3 set up for the next round. Erendite coming up round 3. There's his Nova. He might have Glusty Warp here. It's just the Spores, and that's big reset, but not enough. And we'll take another game with this deck. It's doing incredibly well. Today we're going to play this deck, and in case you guys don't know, I don't know how many of you guys have seen the older videos here, but there are actually 3 members of the Platinum Patrol. Myself, Iron Destroyer 2, Arachas, and King Hanj. Arachas and King Hanj don't really make videos anymore, but I said that if they beat me in a game, I would make a video on their decks and let them name the video. And if this video has a really weird title, that's why, because that's what they wanted. So, as far as the deck here, it actually is quite interesting. We're playing Erendite, triple Golden Nekkar. Idea here is Golden Nekkar, you play it, shuffle it into your deck with your Asir, shuffle it into your deck with Alyssa Henson, and you play it 3 times because Golden Nekkar is an incredible tempo card. So that's the idea of the deck here. It should be pretty similar-ish to some of the other decks we've played. We have big tempo plays, we have the Nova carryover, we have removal from Vilgefortz, we want to get Erendite going. It is Tactical Decision, so we have the Tactical Decision Snowdrop combo, but we have no Afan and no Mage Assassins. My guess here is that has to do with how much thinning we do, because playing Golden Nekkar 3 times will thin our deck by 9 cards, and that's a lot. So I'll have to keep a little eye on that, make sure we don't overthin. As far as what we get with the Golden Nekkar, we have a couple special cards here, Erendite, Invocation, Decree. We have 3 of our 4 artifacts, the Forbidden Knowledge, Puzzle Box, Scepter of Storms, interesting, and the Arcane Tome. Arcane Tome to find the Golden Nekkar. We have the Scepter of Storms as the 5 provision artifacts. There's not very many low provision artifacts, so I'm pretty sure that Raw just included all of them. So Scepter, Puzzle Box, and Forbidden Knowledge Vial. We have a couple Turning Joust removal, a couple locks from Elbow Armored Cavalry, and then we have the rest of the deck, which is the power cards here, right? So this should be pretty interesting. I expect the deck will actually do okay. People won't know it's coming, and there is a lot of tempo in our Golden Nekkar. We have some removal from Vilgefortz and Invocation, and Erendite is a really big finisher. I'm not super convinced it'll be like a 15 every time we play it, but I think we have enough tempo round 1 that it should be pretty decent, especially as long as we're getting our Golden Nekkars. But yeah, I'm excited to get into this one, and let's just see how it goes. Alright, our first game here, we're going to go up against Deadeye Ambush. I say the first game, I tried to play this deck earlier, and our internet just didn't work, so I couldn't actually finish a game. Like, we were down to 1 card at the end of the game, and we were up by 15 points, but our internet quit. I also quit at the beginning of the next game, so we're just not going to count those 2 games, because we just lost the internet. They should have both been ones. One guy's last card, the guy we were up against, his last card is King Bran, so we're going to win that, but oh well. We'll just pretend we're starting here. So we have our Maxi. Let's just see what we can stack here. So we Erendite. Okay, Erendite, box. Okay, so the reason we're playing this Maxi here, and I think the reason Maxi's in here, as far as I can tell, is we want to know what we're getting with Golden Nekkar. So if we know what we're getting with Golden Nekkar, we know that like we won't draw into one of our hounds. Like, we won't get one of those out off the top of our deck. We'll know if we're going to get the Invocation versus something else or something worth invocating. Okay, so it's Vanadane. So it's quad Waylay Elves. This is a very good deck, but I think we'll be able to take it. We're going to lock this for sure. We don't want him getting Vanadane value. And then we'll go into the Artorias Vigo, create the Hunting Pack here, and we'll just create this. We have a locked guy, so we'll bring those out of our deck. Thin points. Wow, thin points. Thin a couple cards and get a bunch of points at once. Let's see what he does. Okay, so making a bomb, but no Madoc. Okay. Probably no unit version here. We're going to throw out this Vial for Knowledge. It is going to give us 8 points eventually. You have to be a little careful about it being traps, but I'm pretty sure it's just quad waylay. Traps would be a little bit annoying. I don't think it is. We'll throw this down here. See what he goes into. If he's playing the one that does 1 damage between each row, okay, he's not, so. We lose our Ring of Favor, but then again, we now have our setup for round 2. And honestly, this is probably a pretty good situation here. With Snowdrop Leader, even without the Mage Assassins and a Fawn, it's still a big play because the Snowdrop goes to 12 and we get the 7 points, so it's a 19. And we can, the real nice thing there is if we play Golden Nekkar, we can stack it back to our deck and then play it again by reshuffling or drawing and drawing and putting cards back. We can get back to the Golden Nekkar. We definitely want to push this round. That is for sure. Let's just open with Nova. Right, we don't have a lot of good going first cards. We didn't get our Siri. Well, we didn't get our Golden Nekkar yet, so let's put our Siri Nova. If he has a big removal, he might go for it. Okay. So there's a Saskia commander. So this is no units. A no unit deck. We're just gonna lock this. Going up against a no unit quad waylay. We don't want him to have an option here to save it. Like, we just don't want him to have that quad waylay. Alright, he's going to shuffle into his deck here. So our goal here is just to force it out. Make sure you can't hit us with that short round 3 with it. And let's pull out the Golden Nekkar here. We will get out our Asir, which we're going to use to shuffle the Golden Nekkar back into our deck. So we can play again. The Bribery here. Oh, Vernasiel is quite good. Quite good indeed. We won't get the Saskia Commander's effect. So let's go here. And let's transform. Let's just go with the Tourney Joust. I mean, I think our other cards are better. So let's go with the Tourney Joust here. We'll give him the 13. The idea here is that if he has a really big card, we actually have 2 removals in our hand, Invocation and Vilgefortz. And we know that he's probably not playing any tall cards if it's Elves with quad waylays, so we're not going to get value from Vilgefortz or Invocation, other than maybe like 6 points on a, what's it called, Isengrim or something like that. So I thought we would do this. If he gets a big card, we can actually find value from those cards. It's where we would have not found it earlier. However, he did just play the Mahakam Ale and boost this Sentry up to 9. So that's a good target for removal now. Kind of nullifies what I just said a little bit, but oh well. Wait. Did he just not click the order? Oh, well, that's cool. Our Tourney Joust turned into a 13. That is not bad at all. Let's just go for the Golden Nekkar again. And we're just going to go for a 2-0 here. Let's go with Doadric, Tourney Joust. We can remove this engine card. And we have our Scepter of Storms. Yeah, we're definitely going for a 2-0. We have such an advantage. And he has to play the quad waylays, right? This will kill the Saskia as well, which is really good. We have to play a card still. Let's go Vilgefortz here. Remove this. Pull out the Cat Witcher. So yeah, we can just make sure that we have our Erendite. And with Invocations, we can control his range for a little bit. And his Saskia will die to this Fog, which is why we picked Fog. She's going to be the lowest. The Pulsar are making the bomb out. It doesn't give us our ability to use Doadric. That will save him some points, because we won't be able to get an engine going with Snowdrop other than his initial deploy. Nature's Rebuke. He's playing quite low tempo here. This is kind of an issue you run into with the no-unit type decks. We could Alyssa the Golden Nekkar, but we don't have to Alyssa the Golden Nekkar. We can Alyssa something else. And also we can Invocation his Alyssa too. Let's do that. Let's take his. I don't think we're going to find any value on the Invocation. There's nothing he has is going to be tall except for the thing in the box, but I'm pretty sure that, yeah. So there's this thing in the box now. Like I was about to say, I'm pretty sure we don't need to worry about that anymore. His tempo is too low. Where I think it'd be more valuable if we try and just get value from our own cards and potentially get that round 3 set up. There goes the Saskia. That's why we picked the Fog. She's dead. Both have a thing from the box. There's a Gezros, but we'll Erendite that. And I'm pretty sure we've got this game here. Destroy that. We're up by 39. That's quite a bit. He has the quad waylay. which is a really big play. But our entire goal is really just to force that out. That's not a great artifact compression here. Let's go Alyssa. Yeah, let's go with the Alyssa. I'm trying to think if we want to save the Snowdrop or not. Now, we don't have... Air Knight's echoed. Nekkar, I think we don't have enough cards for. The question is Invocation or Bribery is what this comes down to. Do we think we want Invocation or Bribery? Let's go Invocation. I was talking about earlier how I don't think he has anything really tall. But that being said, Bribery's RNG is not something I want to rely on to win a round 3. Okay, he heat waves our thing from the box. That's fine. We're still up by 21. Yeah, we'll just go for the 2-0 here. We'll just go for it. We have the Erendite for round 3. We have an Invocation. So that's going to be really strong. And we can Alyssa something back into our deck. Not that it'll help too much, but the Erendite by itself should get us round 3. And then if he has anything big, we can Invocation it. It'll be a short round, so we won't be able to get a bunch of value out. And we are up by 40. So he has to play the Simloss here. And that will be our objective complete, really. And once that's gone, I think we've got it. Blue Reveal will be quite good there. 23, yeah, so he has the quad waylay. He does get to keep leader charges, which is a little bit annoying. Oh, he doesn't have it. Wait, did we just win? We just win, don't we? Yeah. Well, GG. That was an interesting game 1. Good start here. Good start. Let's see what we run into next. Hopefully it's... Oh, it's going to be vampires. Okay, this will be a really interesting test. So this is a really... Well, yeah, it's a pretty mid-range deck with some very high tempo plays. I really like these type of decks. I said really twice there. It's twice too many times. I do like these decks. There's a lot of flexibility in these, and you can get a lot of wins by outthinking your opponent and how you play your cards. So these flexible decks are quite good at outplaying people. Like, you have these good cards that have tempo values. If you know when to use these tempo cards, you can really use it to get an advantage in the game. And I like those type of decks, and that's what this is. So we'll try and use that here to try and saying double words all the time. We're just going to use that here and try to make sure that we can force out all the flutters early and kill them. Or if he has them for later on, like Witch's Sabbath or something, then we have answers. And we can make him use that early and end up in a situation where his Ragus, which will obviously be his finisher, doesn't get him a game. So short round 3, where we outvalue Ragus, is our plan. Executing that plan will be a little more difficult, but we are going second, so maybe we can win on even here. Golden Nekkar will try and get us there. Okay, the Hound wasn't great. Hunting Pack. But we did have a token out for him, so it wasn't the worst thing. Operator's worth 5. Gels is worth 5. So I guess we go with the unboosted Ragus. It's still a 7. It's probably the best. But we've identified what type of deck it is. It has Operator, so that's pretty valuable information. We know what he's going to go for. He's going to go for Megascopes. Well, potentially Megascopes. They don't all run Megascopes. And let's try and transform this Arcane Tome. Usually we use the Arcane Tome to get our first Golden Nekkar out, but we already got that, so I'm not too concerned here. Alright, he's going to do this. Now, if he boosts his guy, we can use Vilgefortz on it. I want the Ekamara to feel threatened. Not the Ekamara. His other guy in the range throw. The Proto Flutter. No, that's not Proto Flutter. Wow, we're doing great. Katakan. There we go. Alright, we'll just hit it with a Vilgefortz here. Pull out Incubus. Okay. Not too bad. And right here, we're just trying to get our Erendite boosted. We want the Erendite to be pretty good. We can use the Erendite to kill a Flighter later on. And it'll be a surprising amount of removal he won't think we have, which is really handy. We do also have locks. I want to save those for round 2 and 3, depending if we push or if we go for a long round via him losing. I think the long round situation is just going to be really bad for us, so we're going to try and win. Nekkarot getting value. A lot of bleedings out. Do we have time for Maxi? We can go Artorias Vigo, but we won't create the Hunting Pack anymore, so he's not super good. He's really just in here to make that last Hunting Pack. Hunting Pack. Let's throw this down. It's a 7-point play. Not bad. Not bad at all. By the way, we did win that puzzle box. We have a 13 here. There's Detlef. Okay, so he's getting engines set up now, and that will be a lot of value for him over time. Question is it enough? We can pull Snowdrop with our Decree, and I don't think he's going to have... They usually don't have too much tall removal. With Detlef usually is a spot you can run a tall removal card in. So like you run a Heat Wave over Detlef. Because Detlef, although he's good value, usually he's not the most necessary card to the deck. So usually if you see something cut for a Heat Wave, it's usually him. Let's Moxie here. We'll still stay ahead. And Erendite's only a 3. Maybe we put that on the bottom. Maybe not. We're going to draw into it. We don't have another Golden Nekkar here, so we'll just keep looking. We'll keep how it is and just know what everything was. The order. By the way, wow, can't talk today. By the way, guys, if you like these videos, make sure to like, subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it. Really does help out. Makes me want to make more videos while you guys like them, and if you guys are watching the videos, makes me want to make more of them. Not too surprising, though, is it? Alright, he finally put down his second Nekkar out. Go back to our turn pretty soon. Short little advertising break there. Let's put down Doadric. Idea here is I think we're going to Decree into Snowdrop. If we have Doadric set up, it's more points. If we play him, we go to 33. Now let's just go Decree. Let's do the Snowdrop first. Doadric's not quite enough points. Snowdrop, there's our Erendite. We do have Ring of Favor still, by the way, but since he's running a deck that really relies on round 1, and it's not Devotion, I kind of expect him to have his own Ring of Favor. So I'm not going to play that quite yet. We want to, if he has it, we want ours to be afterward. So we kind of know that he had it, and maybe we can surprise him with it. Erendite we're going to put back here. So we don't need it this round, it'll get bigger next round. We want to use it round 2 and 3 to maximize its echo value. And its general value, I guess. Crimson Curse. Yeah, okay, so he's not going to have any tall removal here. Pretty sure about that. And I think we're going to Ring of Favor once something gets to 2 with bleeding to deny the death blow on his Detlef. That's our plan here. We'll shuffle that back into our deck, use that later on. And Ring of Favor, Serenova are going to be our plays. I want to last play Serenova as much as possible because Feast of Blood is a pretty common card in these vampire decks, and that Purify will remove our resilience. That being said, if we play her, we might have to play her first so Ring of Favor is bigger. Depends on if he has it or not. Just an Alp here. So we take 8 damage. Let's go Serenova. We don't have to win on even here. And committing Arcane... We transformed Arcane Tome into this thing from the box, so it's not a huge commitment to get rid of him. Okay, there's that Purify we did talk about. He only had 2 cards left, so I kind of hoped he wasn't holding on to it, but he was. And he has a lot of engine points here. That being said, the Ring of Favor is a really big swing. What's this, 20? That's a lot. Let's do this 20-point boost here, and that'll put us ahead. So if he doesn't have a Ring of Favor, which I'm 50-50 on, I wouldn't be surprised if he has it, but if he doesn't, okay, there's a Heat Wave. Okay, that works too. So he actually did have that tall removal, but it's gone now. And with that much bleeding, he's going to take the round, and he does do it up his leader charges. So wait, why'd they get +3, by the way, Incubus? Oh, he got rid of the armor on our guy finally. On our Artfen Tortoise finally lost its armor. It was down to 1 point before it lost the armor. It's kind of funny. We have Erendite here, but this is the type of hand I'd like to see. If he doesn't play anything, we throw down the Elba Armored Cavalry. If he throws down an engine card, we still throw down the Armored Cavalry. And we'll just throw down the Cavalry because he passed. I almost wanted to play Doadric here, because I think the lock for Flitters will be valuable. But we have Erendite to kill one. We have another lock. We have the Golden Nekkar we'll probably draw into. That can get us more control. And it's looking okay here. There's our Golden Nekkar. There's another lock. Good to see. Artorias Vigo can also make a lock. Our deck has 2 artifacts, 2 special cards, and a unit. So, ideally we draw Invocation. I think we want to draw Invocation, take a good unit, and then Golden Nekkar. That might not be able to happen. So, that's just like a little... That's like the ideal situation, right? Not necessarily going to happen. But we just have to answer all the Nekkars. What is with me and saying the wrong names today? I'm sorry about that, guys. I do apologize. The Flitters. We have to lock the Flitters. Man. It's late. It's late here in case you couldn't tell when I'm recording those. Like I said, I had internet troubles earlier, so I had to record this later than I normally would. But we're going to do it anyway. Let's just lock this. All right, there's no reason to let this get big. If each of his Flitters is only worth 7, I think that's good. There's another one, hardly surprising. Another leader charge, again, not surprising. So we do have to watch out for Oriana, potentially. The Unseen Elder, I don't know if he's even running. Heatwave and Crimson Curse is a lot of provisions, and he did have Detlef. What do we want to put back? Probably Artorias Vigo. Maybe Invocation. No. He has last say, right? So his Regis will be uncontested. We can't remove it. That's where Invocation would be best. It's probably Vigo. Golden Nekkar. Okay, so we can't actually kill it this turn. We can do this 4 damage to it. Let's shuffle that back. Let's damage it. We'll remove this bleeding. So yeah, the reason we damage the Flitter here is I want to kill it with the Erendite. There's another Flitter. Goes the last leader charge. The Undying Thirst could be an issue here. Scepter, probably not the best card here. But I think we Erendite one of these away. No reason not to. And we're up 11. But he's used most of his provisions, though. Most of his provisions are gone. We do have to watch out for that Regis Reborn, though. There's an Oriana. We could Invocation that. Oh, that's interesting. That's really good. Okay, that's really good. Let's put back Invocation. We're not going to get the... Because we want Artorias Vigo for the lock. Let's put this back. Golden Nekkar. Nice, we got it. We weren't guaranteed to get it. Oh, I mean, we were guaranteed to get it. So when we put back the Invocation there, we were going to get 1 artifact and the unit and the special. Really nice. Let's go Torrential Rain, just because why not? We'll lock the Oriana. And that Golden Nekkar draw is really good. We were in a really rough spot. So we got that. Like, it wasn't a guaranteed win for sure, because it's Regis Reborn. Undying Thirst for 1 point. Love to see it. What's our last card? Wait, it's not going to be as good as this. Let's play this. So Regis is... Regis can't be more than like 22, even if you bled us every turn, and then we still win. So this is a GG. I'm just looking... Yeah, I'm a little curious to see how high it did get to. It's going to be a 20-point play. Alright, GG. Next game here. Going quite well so far. Quite well, other than my inability to say things. Alright, Line Pocket. This should be an interesting matchup here. And they lost connection. I hope they get it back. But there's a slight chance that he thinks we're playing Mill. Because there's a lot of Mill decks around. And if that's the case, he might just think we're a Mill deck and quit at the start of the game. By the way, when you do play Mill with this, you actually have a pretty decent matchup. You just don't use the Golden Nekkar more than once. If you use them more than once, you're thinning yourself so much that I don't think you really want to. And you don't do the hunting pack either. It's an interesting matchup. You can also just not play the Golden Nekkar and transform it with the puzzle box. Pretty good here. But we have two ways to shuffle into our deck and Invocation, which helps quite a bit in that. And yes, this is just a GG. Alright. Another Syndicate player rises in the place of that guy who just quit. Alright, let's see what we have here. Should be a pretty interesting matchup. Hunting Pack, not an ideal card in our hand, obviously. Normally when Arturius Vigo, the Hunting Pack's out as soon as possible. That way when you Golden Nekkar, there's no chance of drawing into the Hunting Pack to play. But the Golden Nekkar gives you so much tempo. It's usually not the worst thing if you do get the Hunting Pack. I just don't want to play unless he has the Doomed Unit out. Because Arturius Vigo can be used for another lock card. It's not a bad use for him either. There's this engine guy. Now we could just straight up Vilgefortz this and hope to RNG into something, but I think the Arturius Vigo's here is the play. He does have the Doomed token, so we can go right into this Hunting Pack, within our deck, and get that 12 points of tempo. Really nice that we have that option. Thanks again to Roz for giving me this deck. If you guys are staying around this long, by the way, the reason why Roz and the King Hanj are submitting decks is because I told Roz that we were playing, right? I told him if he beat me with this deck, I'd make a video on it, and he did. So, and then King Hanj said he got to make a video, got to submit a deck too. So, you know what? They're members of the Platinum Patrol. Even though they don't make videos, I'll make their deck video here. Actually, that's not a bad thing, the Vilgefortz. Yeah, if you're wondering why we're making their decks, it's because I told them they could, if they won, they'd get to. And you know what? Roz won, so here we are. I'm glad, because this is actually turning to be a pretty fun deck here. We could Vilgefortz. I'm not the biggest fan. Let's just go here. Oh, Junior's really good. Because those are boosted, right? Yeah, they're boosted. We can kill one of those off. Let's go for the one in the range row. We give him a spender each turn still, but I think he'll have another spender if we kill this cleric. And denying that ranged guy was quite a bit of value. Denies 10 points. It's pretty good. Because he was in a spawn at 2 and he was an 8. So this junior's worth 11. It's a really good bribery. Slows down his swarming. Although, honestly, I'm not too sure about his deck. Yeah, so here's the thing. I'm not super sure what he's doing. It looks like Firesworn Congregate, but he's in off the books. I've seen something like this before, just because there's a lot of value in the bronze cards now for the Firesworn. But then again, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure there's no dice array or anything like that. I think he's just using this for value. I'm curious what his ultimate goal is, right? Like, he doesn't have King of Beggars and Svala, but what else is there in his deck? Honestly, usually I'm pretty good at guessing what they have. This time I'm not sure. I don't really know what he's running. That makes me nervous. However, I'm pretty sure this round 1 is secure. We've got the Ring of Favor. He's not going to have that, so that's a big tempo card. We have he doesn't. Potentially a Philippa would be a big card he has that's scary. What else is scary? Freak Show's scary if there's a bounty out. We don't have a bounty out, so I'm not too concerned about that. Think of what else there is. Moralise, potentially, might be playing it for the tribute. Not so sure on that. Let's just go Golden Nekkar here. We want our Erendite to get big. We will lock you. I guess we'll Invocation the Cleric. It's probably the best one here. And go Puzzle Box. Let's transform. Let's go Tourney Joust. There's a chance he just passes here and we get a free Tourney Joust into a 13. As we're on even here, he might not want to keep going. He'll suspect the Ring of Favor, I'm pretty sure, once he sees the Golden Nekkar. if he does call us out here and keep playing, which is fairly likely, like, I'm not too sure he's going to pass, but I wouldn't be too surprised if he did, just because we went for the Golden Nekkar. And usually when you play Golden Nekkar, it's like a very, very powerful card, the key card of these decks, and a lot of people pass, or are more inclined to pass once they see you've used it up. However, in our case, we're going to play it more than once, so that's not really... Well, it is one of our big plays gone, but not all of them. So yeah, we just get a free thing from the box here. That's pretty nice. There it is. Upgrading our tourney joust. 13 for 4. This kind of stuff is why the puzzle box is so interesting to me. I really like it. Serious puzzle box. I think there's so many things you can do with it. A lot of mind games. And I think mind games make the games much more interesting. So, really like it. So we're going to push here, I think. Actually, the Cleric's not a terrible card to hold. We do want artifacts back in our deck for these Golden Nekkars if we're going to play them again, which we are going to. No Aaron Knight quite yet. We're fine with that. We could just open here. Let's just open with Alyssa. There's like a tiny chance. Okay, there's not really a chance he squirrels this or banishes it, but we'll put it back in our deck anyway. We can now play it with the Arcane Tome into another big tempo play, and that will get us going quite well for this round. Mostly we want to keep playing to find out what he's doing, because when I don't know what people are doing, we try and push them to find out what's going on. Conjurer's Candle. Alright, I'm still not sure what this deck is. But he now has a spender we cannot interact with, which is interesting. I like Conjurer's Candle. Isn't the most efficient thing. Oh. I'm going to try and record these videos earlier from now on. I have trouble talking here. But you know what? If I don't record it now, it's not coming out on time. So, doing it now. I say that because it takes 2 hours for me to upload, 2 hours for me to export these files in 1080 with the 60 FPS we've been using lately, and like another 3 hours for it to upload to YouTube. If I don't do that the night before, they don't really come out on time, the videos. So I have to do these the night before. He's going to take his engine back. That's why I say that it's late, because it's the day before. And if I don't do it now, we're not going to have the video, but I didn't have internet working earlier, so it is what it is. Arcane Tome, right into this other Golden Nekkar, and let's see what we get off of this one. Looking pretty good here. Play Doadric, play out Tourney Joust, might as well hit this guy. And this, we'll use the Fog or Frost here. Let's pick Frost. We'll kill off this guy. It's an engine card, and I'd much rather him get his fee and his coin spending from that Conjurer's Candle. The taller stuff is, the better our Vilgefortz will be. Getting rid of Svala is kind of the main goal. Svala, King of Beggars, if we can get rid of that, would be really nice. His short round will most likely be better than ours unless we do that. So I do want to see those go on. Preferably after he plays a card this century. Okay, I'll be honest. He hasn't been that slow. But man, these turn timers, I just don't like when people take forever. Alright, we got rid of that. So that's 4 tributes. No, because the tributes cost 1 less. So it's 3, then 3 round 1 with that shitty vendor. So he's at 6 on his King of Beggars. It's good to know. He does not use the Arcane Tome. Let's go with Snowdrop here. We'll try and get some engine value off him. There's a potential here. He has a Moralise. There's a potential he has some other, like a Bounty and a Graydon. I don't think he'll have that, but it's technically a possibility here. Let's just get this Snowdrop value. Doadric will give us more each turn, and hopefully that'll give us some value to carry the round. Doadric and Snowdrop's really the only engine we have. I'm not counting Artorias Vigo, because we're not playing Assimilate. He gets like an extra 2 points. Mostly a mid-range type deck here. We do have a fair lead, though. I think he's going to have to Svala this round. I'm kind of curious about the Conjurer Candle, right? It's not the most efficient spender, although it is there, so you're always going to have it, which is nice. It's a nice upside of the card. The downside is as you use it, it gets less and less efficient, right? Like right now, he's going to get 4 boosts for 3 coins. I mean, there's better ways to use coins than that, especially once it gets bigger. Do take 2 damage here. Let's go Asir. Do we want Golden Nekkar again? I'm not thinking we do. Maybe we do. Invocation wouldn't be bad. Let's go Invocation. He's going to have tall cards. Let's put this Vial of Forbidden Knowledge back. 2 more points on Snowdrop. Good to see. That Frost only got that 1 turn of value, by the way, but removing that engine I think was worth it, because that's his most efficient way by far to spend coins, and we did stop him. We have to watch out for what's the... Kurt is an issue, right? He's definitely going to have a Kurt, and he can purify our Siri Nova. That would be annoying. Probably still has Freak Show. Oh, there's the Kurt now. As we spoke of him. That being said, we also just spoke of Freak Show, and he's definitely setting that up. Definitely setting that up here. So he's going to get, what, 8 coins back. Let's go Siri Nova. There's a potential he uses all Freak Show's coins. There's also potential he just doesn't have the Freak Show, and this is for a Graydon. That's also an option. But yeah, it's going to be the Freak Show. So he's going to get the 8 coins here. If we can get him to spend them all, then he has to use leader charges. I mean, honestly, we need him to use more leader charges. And since we're keeping track of his tributes, he did play that 1 range, so it should have been 3 more. He's at 9 now for tributes. For King of Beggars. So he's going to kill our Siri Nova, it looks like. Obviously, I'd prefer if she lived, but we probably expect her to get purified by Kurt anyway, so it's not too bad. We're still up in points, which is impressive. We can just remove that with Erendite next turn, and we won't have to worry about the Freak Show. He's going to boost it with the candle? Yeah. Okay. That's a nice use for the candle for sure. But we're just going to Erendite that, because our Erendite is at 11, which is a lot. So he's dead. We boost ourselves. And I want to force out... We force out the leader charges. He only got 3 King of Beggars left. 3 charges. So I think we can get rid of Svala maybe this round. He has to have more coin generation if we want to, though. Although, to be fair, if he doesn't have the coin generation and can't play Svala, maybe we just win. Hard to say. But he has played Jacques and he has played Philippa. So he's not... It's not like he's only playing bronzes here, for sure. But neither are we. There's 4 coins. And this should be the King of Beggars, right? Yep, that's the last 3. King of Beggars is out. So Svala here can deploy, because Svala tributes 1 less and has profit 2. Let's play Thing from the Box. I want him to do that Svala. I think we can maybe force it out here. We'll see. Like, if we get it out here, it's really good. If he doesn't play Svala, we could go with the Vilgefortz. I don't think he had a 6 provision card he tied us with on the box. Because if he did get a thing from the box put into his deck, our Vilgefortz is bad. Oh, wait, no, he passed, right? Yeah, he passed without clicking the order, so he doesn't have the thing from the box for sure. We could Vilgefortz, we could pass. He hasn't played Svala, but honestly he doesn't have much coin generation. No leader charges. So have 1 coin round 3. We can always do it on the... Yeah, let's pass here. We don't get much value from hitting a Vilgefortz on one of these guys. And I think we'll be fine round 3. We could have gone for it there, by the way, but then if his card's not Svala and it's something else, even if it just gives him like... just for example, even as like a pickpocket, he just uses the fee. If there are no fee cards, it's a little different, right? We might go for that. But I'm pretty confident our round 3 is good enough to get him right. We have an Invocation. We have a Vilgefortz. Don't really want that. We have an Erendite. Pretty sure we'll have enough here. And anything he does, he has to get enough coins for Svala to use this deploy, right? And Svala is the scary card. So if he doesn't get those coins, I'm not too concerned. If he does get those coins, it's going to be over a period of a couple low tempo turns, and again, I'm not too concerned. We definitely lock this. Definitely hit that with the good old-fashioned lock. Conjurer's Candle, again, not very efficient. Bank. I think he's looking for more coins. So he sees every card here, right? Or no, not every card. He sees 5. Here I got the 3 from the Prophet. Okay, that's... Was this just like a 7 for 4? We get an armor block. That's not too bad. We could Erendite, we could Vilgefortz. Vilgefortz is a little risky. I want a Vilgefortz on his, something with taller, right? If he uses Conjurer's Candle, we want to hit the target of that. If he does get enough coins for the Frightener, for Svala, we could do that. We also have the Invocation, though. So I'm not too concerned. I think we just Erendite. Yeah, we just Erendite. The only way this works out poorly is if he has more Elise in hand. I don't think he does. Because he had Philippa. I don't think you run both. There's a chance he does, right? Because, well, I'm pretty sure one of these cards is Svala, right? He's going to have a Svala. Yeah, there's a Professor. That's a card we think he has. I think his last card's Svala, but he can't get that tribute, so I think we'll be fine. The only thing that might happen here is if Vilgefortz ends up messing us up, like pulling out something big, but he didn't get a thing from the box, so it's not going to be it. I don't think there's anything he can pull out here, so I think this will be fine. There's this no tribute Svala, and we just Vilgefortz here. Okay, there's his coins. He used them to boost that guy. Perfect. Now we Vilgefortz it and pull out something smaller, and we get a win. GG. Good game there. Alright, moving on to the next game here. Arachas Swarm.
Is the one thing I cannot abide.
So, there's a minor issue here. I say minor, but it's actually probably pretty big. In that we really want to be winning round 1 against this deck. But on the other hand, Fetid Censor. I mean, if we play Ring of Favor and he goes Fetid Censor, that's just a loss on even. Pretty much no matter what. So we have to be mindful of that. Yeah, this will be interesting. Not sure how this is going to go. The thing to keep in mind is he might not have it in his hand. And he also might not be running it, but the threat of it is very real. I don't mind him predatory diving that, so we opened with the bronze card. And now he has a Doom's Token. I wanted him to get one of those. So, we just go like this. And we're safe from a second predatory dive now. All looking pretty good here. Pretty good indeed. There is the Toad Prince. Let's play our, what's it called here? The Golden Nekkar. If we get Invocation, I wouldn't mind a Toad Prince. It's not too bad. Okay, Erendite is not what we were looking for. That's why we usually maxi first, but this time it's okay. I mean, it sets up the Echo. It's only going to do like 2 points, so it's obviously not great. But without maxi in our hand, there's not really a way to know that's what we were going to get. So, it is what it is. We want to play that Golden Nekkar so we can play a couple more times. This is bound to happen. I think we can recover. The rest of the value from the Golden Nekkar was so high that I think we're fine. Okay, so he's going to click the puzzle box. He'll probably go for the Arcane Tome here. I'm sure he has some special cards he wants. Yeah, there we go. There's his own Golden Nekkar. Yeah, we just searched the same card. Rider, okay, that's good for us. He doesn't get his tutoring. He's going to boost his beast. The beast is a Spectre, by the way. I think he thought it was a beast there, because he only got those 4 points. Probably would have been better to put that on the Toad Prince. Let's just Invocation the beast. I wouldn't mind having that in our deck. But yeah, the mutation card, whatever you just played, it gets it's an 8 on a beast with a +1 from the one guy it spawns. But he put it on the card of the beast, which turns out to actually not be a beast. It's a specter. So I think he lost 4 points there. To be fair, if it was a beast, we still would have taken it. And if we put it on Toad Prince, we would have taken the Toad Prince instead. It's probably not too big a deal in the end. Because we can always Vilgefortz the beast. If it was still out there and boosting, that is. So he's got a Mamuna set up. However, he played Golden Nekkar, so we know it's not actually Mamuna. He might be setting up for a Ghoul, potentially an Ozrel. He might be doing that. I'm trying to think. We just have to be careful of that Fetid Sensor. Let's just go Nova. I think we might want to... Well, we don't want to pass soon, but I think Nova's it's a fair time to play Nova, right? She keeps us ahead. And we have our Maxi with that boost, getting very tall. He's got a Fetid Sensor we have to watch out. He doesn't have a token right now, so that swap isn't... Well, he'd have to play the token first, is what I'm saying. And he'll wait till this Vitality is all the way up. So I think we can determine if he's playing Fetid Sensor or not, because... this is what it comes down to. I think if he plays his own Ring of Favor, there's no Fetid Sensor. I think if he doesn't play Ring of Favor, we have to keep watching it. Oh. That was convenient. So maybe no Fetid Sensor? He might still have it, so we gotta be a little careful. But I feel a little more confident here. Keeping going. Yeah, we definitely want to try and win the round. Tourney Joust still keeps us ahead, although I would like to keep this to boost Nova. She gets injured. Let's just throw this lockout here. There's a potential we have Vanamar. Well, from his perspective, there's a potential we have Vanamar. So he might respect that a little bit, knowing that, well, maybe this could die to a Vanamar. Obviously, we don't have it, but there's nothing else worthy of locking. So if it gives him a 5% chance of making him nervous, I'd probably better locking something else. He's not going to have anything really worth locking. So there's Adastriga. There's Knickers coming out. This might not be a bad time to Vilgefortz. The longer we can hold off Ring of Favor, the better, because he gets more points. I think this is a good Vilgefortz time. We might pull something good out of his deck. Just the Squirrel. It's good tempo, though. Good tempo, for sure. There's a thing from the box. That was an interesting way to say box. Let's just play the Tourney Joust. It still keeps us ahead here. And the longer the Ring of Favor is in our hand, the more points it gets. We're definitely playing it next turn, though. I want to hold Snowdrop for round 2. I want to open Snowdrop and then the leader. Try and get that set up. So there's the second Wild Hunt Rider. Low tempo from him. Let's just throw this out and then play Ring of Favor. So this is 20. Throw out 20 points here. If he has Fetid Sensor, we get a highlight of him destroying us. And it's not good. But I don't think he does. I don't think you have the Fetid Sensor and Ring of Favor in your hand. You never know, though. People have surprised me often enough before. He could also just have a Curse of Corruption, too. But again, if you're playing Ring of Favor, I don't think you have it. Okay, good. We did win that round. And we're going to push hard for round 2 here. 2-0 is probably not going to happen, just because he has Frightener, Leader Charge, and Glusty Warp. I think that's too many points. But it does depend on what we draw. Okay, this hand's really good. And we did it with uneven, so I don't think it's going to be a 2-0. But I think we can force out the Frightener, Dormant, Asleep, whatever it is, and the Glusty Warp, which will be basically what we want. Let's put Erendite back. Right, we only got that 2-point Erendite round 1. And that was, let's just call it suboptimal. But we can use that round 3. If this bleed ends up not working out, we'll have that big finisher card. I want to decree here. Let's shuffle back with Alyssa. Put our Golden Nekkar back in our deck. Where is he? There he is. Put him back in there. And this will protect against Predatory Dive instead of Nova dying. Maybe instead of the Beast dying. Okay, there is the Frightener Dormant. He has a token out. I'm not sure why he spawned that one token. I'm not sure why. If he was going to Predatory Dive, he didn't need it. And it's not like it did him any good. Maybe he's playing Griffin next turn, but then you could wait for the token too. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Let's just play Doadric first here. Next turn we can Snowdrop and then trigger the Doadric and trigger the leader. And Snowdrop will be a 14. And the leader is a 7. That's a 21-point play. That's pretty big. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he just lost an extra point by going with that before the Predatory Dive. But on the other hand, he could have done that because he can't kill the drones the other way. He might not. Maybe he doesn't have Glusty Warp. This could tell us he doesn't have Glusty Warp. Griffin kills this. Either he doesn't have Glusty Warp or he doesn't want to play it. It's one of the two. We do draw into this here. But we're going to get the... Let's draw here, put this in the bottom. With leader here, we should be able to stack that Golden Nekkar again. And then we'll draw it round 3 along with Erendite. Ideally, in that round 3 would be really good. Okay, those aren't the cards we really want, but... Let's see here. We've got the deck stacked. We've got our Snowdrop leader going. Golden Nekkar number 3 set up for the next round. Erendite coming up round 3. There's his Nova. He might have Glusty Warp here. It's just the Spores. And that's big reset, but not enough. And we'll take another game with this deck. It's doing incredibly well. We're having a lot of fun with this deck. And since Roz is always the one giving us suggestions, you know what? We'll throw another game in here. And I said that. But this... If this is the annoying deck where they... What's the lady that gets 3 charges? The Enchantress, whatever. She gets 3 charges when you shuffle her deck. If it's that deck, I'm honestly not super excited. It could be Archgriffin. I did see an Archgriffin earlier as well. Have Invocation. What are we getting? Arcane Tome, Alyssa, and Tourney Joust. That's pretty good off the first Golden Nekkar. Yeah, that's pretty good. It shuffles itself back in right away. It gives us a tutor. Yeah, it's looking not bad. Okay, I saw Sunset Wanderers. This is definitely the deck. This is definitely the deck where you shuffle back in the Enchantress Lady a bunch of times. So what is our win condition here? It is a very difficult match, right? Because it gets so much value as the game goes on. And he can shanty it, or he can decoy it into his deck and play it again round 3 if he plays it round 2. Okay, obviously we're going to lock all these siege engines, by the way, but we're just trying to think about how to actually win the game. This is one of those decks where we need a strategy, like from the beginning of the game, to actually win. Our best shot is going to be to Invocation the Enchantress Lady round 2. He's going to want to put a bunch of stacks of charges on it, then he's going to play at the end of round 2, right? Because he's either going to shanty it round 3 to bring it back, or he's going to decoy it back into his deck. If we force him to get it out round 2. So for that to happen, we need to win round 1. Yeah, he's shuffling it back in already. We need this round. Like, there's no way around it. We have to win this round, and we have to put up a high tempo round 2 push, and then just Invocation the Enchantress Lady. That's our only chance here. But with those locks out, let's go for this Hunting Pack. It's a tempo play. It's going to thin our deck, help out that round 2. And thankfully, at least for us, this deck has some very, very high tempo in these Golden Nekkars. And although this would be very difficult for most decks, I think with the amount of tempo we actually have a pretty good shot at pulling this off. And that being said, with all these engines coming out, he's not making it easy. Collar this, and yeah, that's our plan. It's our only way we're going to win this game. Win this round, hard push round 2, and then take his Enchantress Lady. Although once we take it, by the way, oh, this is a really bad bribery. I mean, technically, there's an extra point or 2 to be had from the infantry. I'll just pick it. Hubert's 1 more on paper, but we do have a boost we can get from the Ring of Favor to do 1 more damage. Whatever. And potentially we can get another card to boost as well. Let's go Golden Nekkar here. These are the 3 cards we knew. This will shuffle into our deck. The Golden Nekkar again. Tourney Joust. I was going to... If we boosted our Trident Infantry, by the way, so what I'm talking about, we have the potential to get an extra point or 2 with these Tourney Jousts. But I think we'll just use that one for removal. This one, I think we hit Snowdrop. I want to threaten the Snowdrop dying. Amphibious Assault. There's a 100% chance we knew he was going to use this for that, by the way. There's the Easter egg. Again, he's going to be able to shuffle in that Enchantress Lady. We're getting a pretty good point lead here, so I think we're actually going to win the round. And we'll see here. Invocationing Snowdrop wouldn't be the worst thing. Definitely not. Now that I'm thinking about this more. But we have to save it for that Enchantress Lady. So I think we... What's our special card? We have Erendite. It's a 6. We have Golden Nekkar too. I think we just pull out the second Golden Nekkar here. And just see how this goes. Golden Nekkar really is just such a powerful tempo card. 6 on this isn't the worst. We'll just kill the Snowdrop here then. And that will gets less off Eastred. Let's go here. Put the Fog out. Fog will kill the 2 strength guys here. And then he won't... Maybe we can deny him using that cooldown reduction. And our Ring of Favor, I think it's time. And we're up by 30. So I think we'll have this round. Even if he has his own Ring of Favor, we are up quite a bit. I'm not sure if he can really keep up. Really, we want him to leave. Potentially we could ruin everything with Vilgefortz, by the way. Okay, he's going to pass. Alright, there goes his Ring of Favor. So yeah, he did have it as well. Alright, here it comes down to it. We're going to find out if our strategy works and if we have enough tempo to pull it off. That's all this comes down to. Vile Forbidden Knowledge would be good on one of those Tridem guys earlier. By the way, that's what I was thinking about when I said we have ways to boost, in addition to the Tourney Joust and such. That would have been the best one. And we had a decent chance to get it when we Golden Nekkared again. Let's just open Snowdrop here. There's no beating around the bush here. We're just going to go for it. We have to get high tempo, and we have to force out the Enchantress Lady. I'm just calling her Enchantress Lady because I don't actually remember her name. Traveling Enchantress? Is that what it is? I think that's what it is. Alright, we got our 19-point opener. There's King Radovid. Yeah, he's going to start doing it. Start getting those points out. The good thing for us, I think we killed both Tridem infantries. Got rid of one. No, I think he still has one left. Well, we can have Erendite to kill off the other one, though. That way you can't get the damage. And it halves the effectiveness of his strategy. There's that 4th leader charge. Voltis Pride. With the crew, I think we Erendite that. We can't have that going this whole round. Erendite not going to get maximum value this game for sure. But you know what? 10's not bad. Removes the Voltis Pride. Yeah, I'm okay with this. Normally we'd keep saving this for later, but really it's just so important that we force out the Traveling Enchantress and we Invocation her. Yeah, he's drawing her again. You know, this is just how the deck works. Honestly, though, I haven't seen this deck that much, although it seems very, very strong. Come on, guy, let's go. Okay, guys, it's our turn. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what we shuffled back with this Seer. I'm trying to think of anything other than the Golden Nekkar, and I think there is, maybe. So I don't think we have enough artifacts left. Let's put back Bribery. The reason we're putting back Bribery is if we do actually get to Invocation, his Traveling Enchantress, maybe we can shanty it, something like that. It's not the smartest plan, I don't know. I don't know it's the smartest plan, but we can also Amphibious Assault, maybe. It's just... Golden Nekkar is not the choice because we don't have enough cards for it. So I'm thinking Bribery would be the next best one. It's hard to say. Alright, he's going to draw again. He's starting to use these leader charges, so the Traveling Enchantress is going to be getting very big. But I think we might be in a situation here. We've got everything set up, right? Our goal here is entirely just to use the Invocation and take it. And once we take it, I think his strategy is ruined. He won't be able to decoy it. He won't be able to shanty it back, whichever one he's counting on. And there she is. 12 charges. Alright. He's going to use the orders. and we Invocation this. It's very, very low tempo, and he goes up a card round 3. He does thin with that Hubert. But the thing is, our Vilgefortz is just going to be a destroy round 3 because he's not going to have any cards in his deck. And if he keeps going, well, we can't Vilgefortz because it's too low of a tempo. But we have a really solid play round 3 once we take this. And we actually increased the charges by 3 there, I'm pretty sure. So I think we'll just have to see what he does here. I'm feeling okay. Feeling alright. There's a Winch. As you can't be boosting both Traveling Enchantresses, right? You can only be boosting one. You can't shuffle them both back in. I think we just pass here. There's no reason to play. If we play Vilgefortz, we just lose the game. But here we should have a really strong Bronze play coming up. We got the Vilgefortz, which he has only 3 cards in his deck, because he's going to get 1 back from Amphibious Assault. And it doesn't matter, because that's just GG. Well, those were the games. A lot of fun with this deck, honestly. It is quite a bit of fun. And I do like decks like this, where it relies on having high tempo cards and flexibility. Because I think with flexible decks like this, you have the best chance of outplaying your opponents. And that's what I like doing. As far as the deck itself, I think normally this is where I talk about the cards in it, talk about the reasons for the choices, and talk about potential changes. However, I didn't make this deck. Roz made the deck and sent it to me. After all, he did win when we played, and I said I'd make a video on it, so here we are. So I don't think I'll talk too much about what the card choices are in it. I think I will mention a couple of things, though. First one is we take a look at the artifacts here, the low provision ones. The only choices you really have are Megascopes. And we're talking about this because he has, 1, 2, 3, 4. Arcane Tome's a tutor for the Golden Nekkar, and usually you're just going to play the other ones with Golden Nekkar, because you want an artifact for each one. Megascope's not really a great choice. Summoning Circle you could play, but I'm not the biggest fan of, so yeah, I think maybe Summoning Circle for the Scepter of Storms. It's hard to say, because Scepter of Storms is 6 value, and this might be more, might be less. I do like the choice here for the Scepter of Storms, I think. It just depends if you really want the 4th artifact or not, worth pointing out. As far as the special cards go in the deck, we have quite a few. The Decree, I'm pretty sure, is for Artorias Vigo and Serenova. It's really nice being able to get that Artorias Vigo out early, so you can get the thinning with the hunting packs. One thing I want to note here is that thinning with the hunting packs, you get your deck very, very low, and maybe you don't need to. But it does thin, which is always very handy. It's a double thin, but I'm not sure. You might not need to thin this much, is all I'm thinking. Not sure. But yeah, the 4 version card could be anything. It could be Squirrel, it could be Spores. Tortoise I like as an option, just because with the Erendite, we wanted to make sure it's something to boost, so it's not bad that we have a unit. It does play for 7. I like the Tortoise. If you want more locks, you can go with the ever popular Van Morlehelm Hunter, but we have the 2 Elba Armor Cavalries, which function in that role pretty well. So yeah, I won't talk too much about the choices here, but I do like the deck. It was quite a bit of fun to play with, and next we'll be playing King Hanj's deck, and then we'll be going to Muta Generator next, I think, and that should be the decks for next week. So looking forward to playing those, and this one was a lot of fun. That'll be it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. And you can check out some more videos over here. And thanks for watching.